Hello, good evening, and welcome back. Owen Jones kicked in the head in London's street attack. Yes, when you call for the death of fascists and say it's okay to punch a Nazi, it's almost as if these people are going to fight back. Funny that, isn't it? And as it's been said for a long time, if you're going to start a civil war, the right will win. They're better equipped, they're better armed, and they've got better skills. It's just how it's going to happen. Don't start a fight with someone you can't beat, basically. Or, what's the other thing? Don't kick a man when he's down unless you're absolutely sure he'll never get back up again. It's Machiavellian in nature, isn't it? Well, guess who said it? So Owen Jones was leaving a pub in North London when a group of men assaulted him. Police were investigating after Labour activist Owen Jones was kicked in the head by a group of men outside a pub. He's just been celebrating his birthday. They said he made a direct beeline for him in the early hours of Saturday. Matt said he was working to establish the full circumstances. He told BBC he had spent Friday night with his partner and some friends at the Lexington pub on Pentonville Road, Islington. Yes, so he was with his partner and he had friends there. However, a group of 3 or 4 men made a direct beeline for Mr. Jones, and his friends got involved as well, he said. So they marched over, kicked me in the back of the head, threw me on the floor, and then kicked me in the head, he said. Mr. Jones said his friends were also punched in the head as they tried to stop the frenzied attack on him, and that there was no question the men were specifically targeting him. So he had his partner and friends, which means plural, which means at least 4 of them, and what they lost to 3 or 4 men. So let's be generous and say it was a 4-on-4, and you got in that bad of a situation. Again, don't pick on these people. If you say it's okay to punch a Nazi, you call everybody that, and you've also called for the death of fascists, saying in a workers' state, then yes, fascism would be punishable by death. Then you've got to expect this kind of thing. But lo and behold, Comrade Corbyn tweeted, "Owen believes it was politically motivated when the far right is on the march in our country. Yet to see it. An attack on a journalist is an attack on free speech and our fundamental values." Yes, now he suddenly cares about free speech. Of course he fucking doesn't. Or, okay, then you might be saying, oh yes, well, free speech, that isn't hate speech. In which case, in that cognitive dissonance, then it can all make sense. But it's like, well, okay, so what is hate speech instead of free speech? The one person who was able to narrow down what hate speech was threatening or call for violence. Well, I wouldn't say that's free speech, but that's your definition of hate speech. Okay, fair enough. That isn't what other people who use the term seem to think, but fair enough for you. Yeah, cool. I can agree on that. I still think that's okay, because it's down to the individual, but okay, that's fine. Spokesman, I was going to say spokesperson, for the Met Police confirmed that it had spoken to witnesses and would review CCTV footage. They said they might have, it was thought it was possible the suspects were caught on footage from the general manager, and he said his staff were all upset Jones had been targeted and would do everything to aid the police investigation. Mr. Jones said the attack was the latest in a series of assaults since he was verbally abused by protesters on College Green in Westminster earlier this year. Yeah, you're a political commentator, verbal abuse, that's to be expected, don't care. You want free speech? That's your free speech. The far right is an increasingly scary, violent and threatening menace in the country and other countries as well, he said. No, not at all. Mr. Jones said he would not let far-right groups scare or intimidate him, but he added, "I'm obviously very concerned and worried, not simply about my own personal safety, but of others, and the fact that the far-right feels increasingly emboldened and far-right types are feeling increasingly prepared to resort to thuggery and violence." Yeah, well, why do you think they're prepared to resort to thuggery and violence? Surely, if you're using an inflammatory language that emboldens these kind of people, then the left is going to come out in force and fail to fight. The right's going to go, okay, we're actually being picked on physically, we need to defend ourselves, and this is going to happen. When you say it's okay to punch a Nazi, and saying that speech is okay to be answered with by violence, then this is going to happen to you as well. It's the taste of your own medicine. I don't think anybody should have this, but if you call for it and you want it, then you've got it. Well done. Enjoy. I don't think you should call for it. I don't think it should happen to you. But it seems to be that you want it, so now you're getting it. Shadow Attorney General Shami Chakrabarti, there we go. I used to be good at reading British names. Said, "This is a very febrile moment in Britain, and I'm sure that everyone, regardless of the politics, will want to send their solidarity to Owen Jones." Yep. "The police will no doubt be concerned to investigate any political and homophobic motives behind what may be a very serious hate crime," she added. Yes, because it's just being a crime isn't enough. Diane Flabbert was one of hundreds of people to respond to Mr. Jones' tweet about the incident, saying, "The times we live in are increasingly dark and dangerous." I thought dark was a good thing. It's more diverse, isn't it? Yeah. But that's the story for today. Let me know what you guys think. Do you think, well, he deserves this because he called for it? I mean, even if no human deserves this. He's asking for it and now he's getting it. So it's a taste of his own medicine. Or do you think, no, this is not right at all, and the far right, however you want to define them, because I can't get any definition unless you're going to go with fascism, which is socialism by another name. Even the name it comes from is a bundle of sticks, which in English we call a faggot. A faggot is a bundle of sticks. So fascism comes from the word faggot. Yeah, that individually we are weak, together we are strong. Basically, united we stand, divided we fall. That is fascism. And then it's collectivizing the means of production, state-owned. And yeah, you got socialism, same thing. But anyway, that's just my take on it. As always, let me know what you guys think below. If I'm wrong, always interested to hear what you guys have to say, and I will see you next time. Have a good one.